This is Kings River Life Magazine, and we are talking right now with Mark Norwood from the Reedley River City Theater Company. And I'm going to chat a little bit about a couple of the shows they have coming up in the next few months. Let's start with Legends 2. For those who don't know, what is Legends 2?
Well, first of all, welcome to the Opera House. We're sitting on stage here at the Reedley Opera House in downtown Reedley, and we perform live theater in this wonderful building year-round. Our next show coming up is called Legends 2, but not as in the number 2, but as in TOO, Legends Also, which is a follow-up to our very successful show last year, which was simply titled Legends. We had Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack. We had Sonny and Cher, played by the same person. A lot of fun things. It's a night of celebrity tributes hosted by Ed Sullivan. And people enjoyed it so much last year, both performers and audiences, that we decided to bring it back with a whole new list, a whole new roster of celebrities, if you will. Not only do we have Ed Sullivan emceeing, but we have Lawrence Welk. We have the Lennon Sisters. We have Bobby Darin. We have Tina Turner. We have Mozart. We have a huge variety of legendary performers, some of them living legends, and some of them legends for all time that have crossed over into the great beyond of entertainment. It's a really fun evening. Legends opens May 31st and runs for the next 2 weekends. It's one of our 2 weekend shows. It's very popular, so I suggest if you're interested, you get tickets as soon as you possibly can, because they are selling very quickly. This summer then, we are featuring Les Miserables, or Les Miserables, or Les Miserables, depending on the pronunciation of your choice. This is a musical that was recently released to theater groups in our size, in our range, which I'm not really sure how you would describe us. We are a non-profit theater company. We're community-based theater, but we strive for professional quality. So we're sort of in a niche between community theater and regional theater. We bring performers in from throughout the valley. The cast of Les Miserables has people from Clovis, Hanford, Visalia, Fresno, and of course right here in Reedley. And it's a tremendous cast. The gentleman playing Jean Valjean comes from Northwestern University with a degree in vocal music, and brings with him a tremendous amount of knowledge as well as great skill. We have incredible people in all the roles, and I'm very excited to bring this show to Reedley. It's an ambitious project. We have a very small stage, but we've had success in doing some large shows. We did Beauty and the Beast here last Christmas, and it's amazing how this space can come alive with 3 people in a cast or 30 people in a cast, and we find ways to give our audiences a delightful experience, no matter what the size of the cast or what the style of show is. We recently closed The Valentine, which was written by my wife Denise, and most of it took place right here on this couch. And it was a very, very poignant, touching story, very dramatically well written and presented with laughter and tears, but a very gentle, smaller show. And then, like I said, we do things such as Beauty and the Beast. We're looking at some exciting titles for our next season, and I can't announce those yet, but that'll happen with the opening of Les Miserables. But some incredible things are going on here in the Reedley Opera House. We have great plans for our future. We're in the middle of our 10th anniversary season of doing theater that they said couldn't be done. They said you cannot do year-round theater in a small-town conservative farming community. And we're still here. It's an ongoing battle. It's a cultural battle, if you will. But it's one that we believe is worth fighting.
Going back to Legends 2 just a little bit, or Legends in general, how did you come up with the idea, the premise for the Legends shows?
Necessity is the mother of invention. And when you're filling out a year-round theatrical season, I'm constantly looking for new and different ways to use this space, to involve the wonderfully talented people that we have in our performing pool. And Legends, if I had to guess, was born out of one of our get-togethers after a show with people breaking out their best Tom Jones impersonation, or their best Buddy Holly impersonation, or things of that nature. We have a tremendously eclectic and talented group of people, many of which play piano, sing, play guitar, and so very often after a show, an impromptu sing-along will burst forth, and from those come great ideas, and Legends was a great idea. It's not celebrity impersonators, but celebrity tributes. There's a big difference. While we do try and match up the style and costuming of the original performer, it is done with an incredible amount of integrity in terms of us honoring the celebrity, not making or poking fun at them. It's a really wonderful evening where people can come in and see some great memories from their past, perhaps, or perhaps be introduced to performers they've never even heard of before.
And how do you go about picking the personalities that will be performing?
Every audition is different. For our main stage regular shows, Les Miserables, for example, there's an audition process that is very standard. People select a song from memory. They come in, they perform their song with an accompanist that we provide. Usually I'm in the director chair. We have a musical director that's listening as well, and we simply listen to who we have, and then we cast the shows based on what the director feels is the best choice in the particular role. For Legends 2, a little bit different, because Legends is rehearsing at the exact same time as Les Miserables is in rehearsal. We had to be a little bit creative about how we put that show together. So what I asked people to do was to bring me an act. It can be with tape recorded music, it could be a cappella, it could be just an idea. But if they had an interest in being in the show, to bring me their idea, their concept, or their fully fledged act, and show it to us. We all gathered on a Saturday, and they filled out an audition form, and then I went down the list of people that had signed up to be interested in being in the show, and they proceeded to either sing a song with taped accompaniment. They had sheet music and they gave it to our pianist, or they sang a cappella, or they gave me a concept and an idea. For an example, one of the things that we have in the show, it opens the show, Lucy and Ricky doing Cuban Pete. One of the performers interested in being in the show had a work conflict, but sent her partner, who was playing Ricky, and he presented the idea to me. Because I know both of these performers very well, I know if they say they're going to put something together of quality, they will. So I was very interested in having Ricky and Lucy in our show, and they kind of start the whole thing. They're the first act up. So every show is different, but usually it's an audition process whereby all roles are always open, and I'm always searching for new and different ideas, as well as bringing talented people into our fold.
And as to Les Mis, how did it come about that you decided to take on that challenge of doing that show this year?
That's a great question, and it was not a decision made lightly. We had originally scheduled Oklahoma for our summer slot. We try and do a big musical every summer. Oklahoma was slated to be this summer. We have a tremendous staff of dedicated people, and one of our promotions director came to me and was very excited to have learned that morning that he talked to me that Les Miserables had become available to groups of our stratus. And he felt, as did most of our staff, that we should jump on the opportunity to perform this. And I met that enthusiasm with a healthy dose of realism. It's a really incredibly difficult show to produce, very demanding on the singers, expensive show to produce, but also probably in my lifetime one of the finest pieces of theater, musical theater, that has ever been written. And to have that opportunity to do that, I was kind of seduced into the excitement. And I'm glad that I went along with it, because the show's been cast, we're in rehearsals, and it is shaping up to be absolutely magnificent. So nothing easy is worth doing. Every challenge can be met if you take baby steps. And Les Miserables is a tremendously high mountain, but we're taking the steps, and we're going to climb up to the top of the summit, and then next year we'll do another great show.
Anything else that you would like to share?
It's just a heartfelt thank you for the opportunity to speak about our theater company. And I would just like to add in closing that live theater is in a difficult time period right now. People can access technology and watch movies on their phone. They can get Netflix and watch movies at home very cheaply. Live theater is an investment in getting up, going out, buying a ticket, and it takes a certain cultural investment as well. What we're trying to do here, and my work in the schools, is to rekindle that excitement that great theater can provide. Great theater is life-changing, and we are trying very hard to keep live theater alive. And that may sound dramatic, of course that's my job, but it's really true. It is very important that live music, live theater, art in general, be championed and be accessible to all, and for the audience to make that investment in return. And that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thanks for the opportunity.